Welcome! We're gonna speed through a lot of things that I've done, mainly just because I was sick during that time of recording everything, and your boy didn't record everything, aka like me doing everything. But there is stuff that is recorded, so we're gonna show that off real quick, and we'll do it really duper fast, like right now. As you can see, this is the inside of the koi fish fawn. We haven't actually added the posters, or the item frames, or the picture frames, or the painted picture frames. Jesus, I couldn't remember the name. But as you can see, this is the food restaurant. Now you're probably wondering, why is it here? Well, one, we have a koi fish enclosure. Eventually I'll change these corals to look better and have color. But deep side in this, if we press 7, we have a chicken farm. I have now moved the chicken farm from over there to put it over here. So now we can actually build. Now we can actually cook. We can actually cook our food here because it's a restaurant. That's kind of the point. Now, eventually, I will make a basement so we can do the automation part. So eventually it'll just show up to one of these contraptions over here and it'll just be in this thing right here. But for right now, it is simply just to have storage. As you see, if we go over here, I think it's this one. Nope, this one. It is collecting our stuff. Open that real quick. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Let's go out this back door if I can. I can hit it. I'm literally looking at the button. Oh, no, I was so close. Oh, some chicken just died. Yes, I made it out. And as you can see, we have also upgraded the path. So we've added benches over here, as well as some greenery. So green. I think I mentioned this in the last episode, but I added this in here, as well as just adding a pathway here. This will be a giant map that says you are here. If we go over here, nothing has changed here, other than everything looking amazing. And this boss man being grown up. And we also named him. We named him Terror. Mainly just because this guy right here should be showing on screen. He named the Pteranodon. Amazing, man. Thank you. We need more people like you, sir. As you can see, I've continued the park pathway out here, so everything's still the same. I don't know where those guys are, but I'm pretty sure they're somewhere important. We continue the path out here, so we have a little bit of greenery, and this then connects to the path that's all the way over there. We head over here. This is where the majority of stuff has changed. As you can see, I've decided to cut all this out, and we have temporarily building blocks. And we have also started doing the other side of the ocean. This is where the museum will be. And if we press 7, this is what it looks like so far. So I really don't know what I'm gonna do down here. I think I have an idea. I kind of want to do the Jurassic World walkway type of decor. So there'll be a bunch of shops down here, and this will be the decor. We have 2 bridges, one right here and one up here. So if you really want to go down here, you can go down here. Or if you want to walk across from all the way over here to over here, I will deepen this water, just as I deepen the other one over there. But for right now, this is as much as we've done. We've also done pathwork over there. So let's actually go inside and show you what all has changed. Let's go this way. Wee. I also have to show that I installed 3 new mods. Those are showing up on screen. Obviously, if you want to add those to your collection, you can. But this is an upgrade to the actual workhouse facility. Now, I've fixed a few things because there's been some times where, as you can see, the stuff would stop and not collect anything. So this is all the same, other than I've rerouted a few things. But this has changed. I think I've already showed this in the past, but it's got more storage. I just organized it a little bit better. As well as this, we no longer need this right here because, as you can see downstairs, we have done upgrades. So we go down here, bang, it should be showing on the screen right now. This was eventually empty, and then eventually I decided to upgrade everything. This right here, this is based on this YouTuber, I don't remember his name right now, I think it's Beardstone. His automatic cooking situation. This is so much way better, mainly just because we have these diamond barrels. So all I have to do is put something up here, it falls into here, and then it gets cooked. Now, for the seething thing, because this is part of the design, the dreams and desires, I did have to add a filter on what cannot be siphoned through, because with the smart chutes, they only allow, you can actually customize it to where it can only like reciprocate specific items. And if we have an example, actually we don't have an example here, perfect. So this is quartz. You can get quartz from soul sand. If you haunt sand, you can get soul sand. So you would use the haunting one, which is why it's labeled. The sand would go in here. I would then put the sand into this one. It would then fall through the chute, and it would stay over here. The reason why it doesn't immediately go into the chute, because you can customize it to where it only picks up things that were just previously washed. So with the bulk seething and blasting, because this is part of a different mod, this actually doesn't allow us to do it the way we can do the normal ones. So I had to get an item filter. Luckily, the item filter for the blasting, which is why it has the nether scrap, it is only a few items, so it's easy to filter. So we can actually take the rose quartz and super blast heat it with this, and we'll make smooth some. So we don't have to worry about sanding it. So that's pretty cool, and that's what that hole's for. We've also moved the outer crafting station from the middle, and we've put it over here just to make everything a little bit more simpler, and it looks nice and dandy. This is also still all the same, other than just this part sticking out, but it has two for other stuff. So I also added a chute over here to have a chute, so it drops 64, and then it would all go in here. This is all the same, but you're probably wondering, the iron farm has a little box. What is that doing here? This is all flint, and I will show you what the flint is for. Beforehand, the flint would just be thrown into lava and be deleted, but we need flint for something else. And obviously, this is all the iron. This is the millstone area. This is for if I want to get sand and some other stuff from the millstone, it automatically goes through here and it sits over here. This is something, I don't know what's going to be over here. We need something small. It's probably just going to be decor, or I'm actually going to put a villager over here. This is still the same. The sap is still going. This is still the same. The lava is still going. We get the lava buckets. This is all the same. This is how we get our andesite alloy. This is all the same other than the chute being updated. This is new. This is our new storage system for the area. So as you can see, we're pretty much full on iron over there. So now we have iron at the very top. I do want to have a new system where I can just pick it up from here. I think what I'm going to do is have chutes, but I don't think that would work. So I need to figure out a way to have it to where it's easy, because I can't grab the iron from up there. I can grab the tough and the andesite alloy, but I can't grab anything else. And you're probably wondering, what is this tough for? Well, it's for this, because this is now the new sawing area. So this is also based on Sir Buildstone's series. It's mainly just this part. It's probably built off something else, but I'll just credit it because this is where I got it from. This is just simply the core of the great items. But pretty much, if I were to put something in here, it would get crushed down, and if it can get crushed down again, it would go through here and go through here. So, an example, which I will just go grab some flint. So, flint, when it's crushed down, go through here and be made into both coal and gunpowder. Wait, you can place gunpowder? Oh, cool. And the reason why we need gunpowder is for rockets. So your boy was struggling, and your boy didn't want to make a creeper farm. Now we don't really need to, because we have the flint and we can be crushing it here. So that's the whole purpose of that. So that's pretty cool. Now, as you can see beforehand, this was never here. That was never here. We now have the amount of stuff that we have in the storage. So, as well as that box over there. So we have 12k flint, 100 iron, 3k tough, and 100 andesite alloy. That's in the storage. I think I'm going to continue this down when we get more stuff, because if we head downstairs, we have the automated systems of building specific contraptions. Which I will show on screen in a second. But just to show off a few things, this is an auto crafter for the small cogwheels and the large cogwheels. So you would put wood in here, or you'd put the shaft in here, it would automate and go into this. You would put the you'd put a shaft in here, and a shaft and a wood block in here, and it would automate to here. As you can see, it's already done it. So this is for the auto crafting, because to be honest with you, I'm tired of building a bunch of the stuff, so it just makes it automatic. This right here, a precision mechanism. These are annoying to do because you have to do them 4 times, as you can see. So you would put the gold sheet in here. We would have small cogs, which I guess I could show off right now. We'll grab some small cogs. You would put the small cogs right here. There's a chute. It will go into the deployer, and then it continues the process. After that is done, it comes over to the large cogwheel. We put the large cogwheel in here. That continues that process. Then it goes into the iron ingots. The iron ingots do it. They go back into the chest, and they loop around. This has a smart chute. This has a brass funnel that is only allowed to pick up precision mechanisms, which will allow it to pick up precision mechanisms, which is why it's picked up 30. This right here is for the failure safe of a situation where, because there's the chance, as you see with the precision mechanism, there's a 20% chance of random salvage. This right here is that random salvage. We have 2 clocks and all this random jazz. I think this is all of it. I think there might be more. The clocks are actually pretty rare when I looked it up, so we just have it here. This is just so it doesn't keep going through and filling up that diamond barrel over there. So this is precision mechanism. If we go over here, we have the integrated circuit, which is pretty self-explanatory. We have these, which you can use with the new smashing system up there. We put them in here, put redstone, put quartz, and put brass ingots. These are all built the exact same as this one. So they just copy the same format. So I will show that up on screen. It literally does the exact same thing and eventually comes into this barrel. And when it's complete, same thing for this one. The other mechanism. I don't know the name, I'm too lazy to look at it. Same exact same thing. Goes in here, logistics mechanisms. It autocrafts these or makes them, as you can see here. And does what it needs to. And then eventually goes into the barrel. As well as for this one, same thing. This one's more expensive, but we need all these for, you know, just using it for things. Basically making more than just the one, and it just makes everything a little bit more easier, as well as these dudes. Final upgrade is the brass making system. So this will automatically make our brass. This isn't anything crazy. Sadly, we don't have copper. I don't have a copper farm, and also we cannot make a zinc farm, mainly just because we don't have a specific crate mod that comes out later in 1.20 or 1.19 above. We're still on 1.18, so we have to do everything manually the normal way. But that's why we have the tough, because the tough can then be crushed. The tough can then be crushed down into raw zinc ore, and with the bulk storage, there's a chance for it giving double. So then we put it in the system. As you can see, we have more copper than we do have zinc, and then eventually we'll get brass because we needed more brass. And you can see this thing is pretty full, but it's not entirely full. That's just because we had a lot of mining items. And that's pretty much it. So I will also show off this new part. So after the last episode of us mining on episode 30, because this is episode 31, I decided to get all the fossils blocks after continuously mining and decide to see, do I actually have the chances of getting a scarab gem? So as you can see, we are 321 blocks up from where the mountain is. This is a lot of blocks. I think this is 64. I think the 3 stacks of 64 for both deep slate and stone fossil blocks. So as you can see here, I get my shifter, which has archaeology 4 on it. I continue to mine until I get all the blocks destroyed, which I'll just speed up here soon. I eventually do get the scarab gem, which later on I decide to just keep. I know I'm probably going to use it on the sword, but I kind of just want to have one scarab gem in the inventory area. So we're just going to have one scarab gem, so I'm trying to get more. After getting this one scarab gem, I attempt to get more scarab gems, but I mined another 33 stacks of 64 fossil blocks, and I sadly didn't get any luck. Luckily, that comes with a bunch of fossils, so we have a bunch of DNA for everything, and we eventually get 2 more. Actually, correction, I think we get 3 more credit on DNA. So we have 3 eggs waiting for us to do. But as well as that, I think I mentioned it in another video. I think I mentioned it in a different part of this episode, but what I ended up doing was disenchanting my scarab pick, changing the enchantments on that to the building pick, so it doesn't have like efficiency 50, and I ended up changing the netherite pick, the building netherite pick, now changed that to the paleo pick, because that's how it was initially. So while I was, building and expanding the park while I was sick, I ended up capturing the fact that we had a Failure-saurus. This is the first time we've ever actually had a Failure-saurus in the park, and I attempt to try to grab it, and I think Bigsby comes over and starts trying to murder him, but eventually we capture him. The issue is we ended up naming him, but he ends up despawning. I'm pretty sure it's just a thing in the system, how they have it on the fossils and archaeology mine. So sadly, he is no longer in our park, but Bigsby did come to save my life. So I'm grateful for that. But that was pretty cool. I actually never seen the new one. I know there's multiple variants of the Failure-saurus, so that's pretty cool, and we've had one in our park. Now we're fully caught up with editing. Yes, I had to record voiceovers. I do it now with the OBS. I just remove the actual video part, so that's how it's everything in sync, because CapCut has a weird mic audio issue. Either way, this is the new workhouse area. I've already shown this on camera, but I just wanted to explain a few things. I'm doing stairs right here, mainly just because initially we had the elevator block, which if I go over here, this is the elevator block, which takes us down to this very dark room, which used to have the glow squids. I ended up taking that out. But I didn't like how ugly it kind of looked, like it's just a block. And the glow squid farm is so far down that, you know, I'll probably make this room look a little bit better because I kind of want to make every room look nicer. But I had initially over here, but it looked ugly. And so I ended up adding the stairway here, which it doesn't look that bad. We'll add something over here. I'll probably add some kind of cool decor, because behind here is the actual lever to go up to the second floor. That's pretty snazzy. And as well as that, the windmill bearing has been pushed down. Everything's still connected. Everything still runs perfectly. If we were to go behind stage over here, as you can see, everything is running connected. These are the storage area. This is the thing to connect to the lava. This is exactly, the lava is supposed to connect to the blaze burner. So it's actually blocked behind here, but if we were to press F7, go over here, the lava is constantly filling up this blaze burner, which is why I installed that other mod. That's pretty snazzy. But the other main reason why I decided to move everything down was because I didn't like the aspect of us coming over here, then going down the elevator, then walking into this giant room. I know I spent my time building in this room. I actually don't think it was a lot shown on camera, but it looked ugly, and I didn't like it. Especially with the fact that if I were to give an example of how I was imagining this room. Let's say, for instance, this is a square. So let's count that corner to this corner. That's one store, second store, second store, second store. Then we would have to go down. So actually, for this example, it'd be, we would come down. This is the top floor. So top floor, top floor, top floor. Then at the very end, we had that elevator. The elevator would go down, and then we would continue. Let's just use cobblestone. We'll continue the room. And so if you were to look at, actually, this is room, this is room, this room, this room, elevator, this room, this room, this room. And then below this was the actual windmill bearing. It looked ugly. So now, just like every building in real life, we have a normal room, and then if it goes further down, it's below it. Because that's how that works. Why would we waste the space down here? So, and luckily with the windmill bearing, I have the schematic of it. I think in the next episode, or between these episodes, I will build a steam engine so we can get rid of the lagging issue. Because if I were to press F4, F3, we're only running at 41 frames at the very top of the screen. So, and that's only because we're in shaders. If we turn off shaders, it runs perfectly fine. So, that's pretty snazzy. So, as we're recording this, we're on day 199 from 1,000. We actually have things to do in this episode. Kinda. I know it's everywhere. This is kind of just like an update episode. So, we have 3 Pteranodon eggs. Where we're going over there, we need to hop down here. And we have 3 Pteranodon eggs, which we'll be using today. But we need actually food for them so they can actually love us. And so, while we're doing that, I'm actually going to explain what I was talking about earlier. So, this is obviously my little wormhole. This is basically the ender chest, and it allows me to pick it because of the leveling up mod, or the leveling up mod. So beforehand, the scarab pick was just by paleo pick with all the upgrades. As I mentioned, I've taken that off, and now it's only the building pick. Now it only has efficiency 1 on it. I think I'm gonna upgrade that to 2 because it's a little bit too slow for my liking. And the paleo pick is now the ultimate pick, so that's why we have that there. So we have the sifter, which is archaeology, the paleo, and then, which is basically the paleo drill pick, as well as the silk pick for silk touch. So that's why that's all in there. So we must see if we have any food, which I keep leaving the fridge open. We have cooked. I think that should work. We have some cooked food. So let's go down here and name these little dudes. And we'll put them in their own little nest. But I think we put a lantern right here. Bang. We'll grab our Dinopedia. Perfect. So we'll place that one in here. And then that one there. So we'll have the siblings go. As I mentioned in the past, I don't think I'm going to add any decor on the outside. I kind of like how simplicity it looks. So, and I kind of like how this room is looking. And on the map, as I've mentioned plenty of times before, this looks amazing. This is what the new area looks like on the map. As I mentioned, this is what I'm really looking forward to, is the museum. The museum's going to be gigantic. Like, if I were to describe the museum, I think it's going to be like this big. Like, it's going to be as big as this park. Because it's going to be added onto while we are going into the world. So, that's pretty cool. I think what I'm going to do to close out this video is actually build another enclosure in the terrarium aquarium. So we'll do that for like one of the weird small mobs. But we shall wait till these guys grow. Oh, they're dancing. They're dancing as we speak. We must get ready. Quick. Turn on the hood. They're all dancing. Now we must feed them immediately. It might be instantaneous, we really don't know. It. Stay. I think it's your next, yep. You're a hungry little fella. My goodness. Oh, luckily they fell asleep. Okay, run. We need more fish. Okay. Please love me. Perfect. We have you staying. Now we just have you. Oh, perfect. And we have you staying. Perfect! So it's really hard to see them because they're laying down. But when they grow up, we'll have them flying around the aviary. So when we walk around, we can actually see them. My fear, which I'm pretty sure is going to happen. So we're just going to test it out with one. We're going to have one flying around. And I'm pretty sure he's going to phase through one of these blocks. That's cool. Now we have 3 new pteranodons. We'll actually get the genders of all of them. So we need one female name. We need another female name. And we have 3 females. Buddy over there is living the dream. We need 3 females' names. So put that in the comments, people. Now, I think to close out this video, I will do the giant centipede's enclosure. So the issue now is that I have to hope he doesn't despawn when I go over there and beat him up. So, see how fast we can do this. Oh, he died. No. No. Well, that's fine. I'm pretty sure I can find more. I will build this enclosure. And so, that will probably be the rest of this video. I know it's not that long, but your boy was sick during that time. And your boy needs to actually plan out what he's going to do next. So this is just like, oh, I wanted to upgrade a few things from time to time. So, let's actually build this enclosure and we'll get a new long legs. Well, this is the enclosure. I got a new centipede through the mine shaft that we have at the very bottom of this park, actually. Luckily, when I was using the machine, there was one there. So I ended up just nabbing him. Luckily, it worked and he spawned in here, so it's Mr. Longlegs once again. But other than that, that is pretty much it. Thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you in the future, and have a majestic day.